Two.
Yep.
And yo, guys, how's it going? It's your boy Dom. Say what's up, Jack.
Hey, what's up, man?
And it's been a long time. It's been over 6 months for us since you guys last heard from us. The last video we did was a Seahawks prediction video in on September 11th of 2020. Now we're here on April 11th. Let's see, September, October, November, December, January, um, February, March. All right, seven. Yeah, it's been 7 months.
Yep.
So it's been over half a year. But welcome back to the channel. We decided we're gonna do a new series. We wanted to bring this out last year, but it's coming out now, called MLB Roundup, and we want to talk about what happened in Week 1. We had, since Thursday, April 1st was opening day. We've had 9 Mariners games, a lot of MLB games, a lot of action. Where should we begin? How about with this photo? This photo is the last photo that I posted on my card Instagram, and it's a picture of Joe Musgrove's. So I met Joe Musgrove at Safeco Field in 2016 when he pitched for the Astros, and I told him good luck this season as he gave me an autograph. Yeah, and now that ball just means that much more because he just threw the first no-hitter in Padres history on Friday night. He grew up a Padres fan. His first start, his second start back as a Padre. Although it wasn't at home. Did he start? It was his first start at home.
It was in Texas.
Yeah, no, but what about his first start?
I believe his first start was at home. Yeah.
So I think his first start is at home, but either way, he's gonna receive a huge ovation at home this week when he gets back. I'm just checking real quick. Musgrove. Yeah, he pitched against Arizona at home. Should move up in the rotation even. It's crazy to see. Is he the fourth in the Padres rotation, Jack?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Padres rotation is just one of the best in baseball. I'd say, obviously with the Dodgers, the Indians rotation is surprisingly good as well. As Zach Plezak's looking really good this year. Then you've got Aaron Savali, obviously, to go with Shane Bieber. And so I think they could be a top 5 rotation as well.
Definitely.
You've also got the Marlins have about 49 strikeouts through 40 innings out of their starting pitchers so far. And I think they have like a 2-something ERA, yet they're still not getting run support from them. The Marlins are unfortunately a little hard to watch at the moment after the starters get yanked. The NL East looks super competitive. Had a really good series between the Phillies and Braves. That was Sunday Night Baseball tonight. Super controversial call at the end. Brian Snitker was not chill about that.
I thought that was a terrible call.
I'll tell you what, I have never heard Atlanta's stadium get that loud, and even though there's limited capacity, that was one of the loudest stadiums I remember hearing in a long time. So baseball fans are officially back. Thank you, Atlanta, for showing us that, even if it took some questionable umpiring, which honestly I will defend. Alex Rodriguez said on the broadcast there wasn't enough evidence to overturn it. After looking at all 3 angles, one of them is blocked by the umpire's foot. You can't see if the toe taps the plate. One of them's blocked by like the something else, and then the other one you just straight up can't see very well because you can't see the toe. You see the bottom of the foot. And
Right.
yeah, honestly, I'll defend the call on the I'll defend the call at the plate. He had the best view of all of us. The ump did. If he says the guy was safe, although I'm going to be honest, based on Alec Boehm's face, the facial expressions he was making for the rest of the game, and even right after it, I think he knows that he didn't touch the plate. So there's that. Obviously, he's not going to say it, but he looked pretty guilty. He looked like he felt pretty guilty. Anyway, great Sunday night baseball game, and a great first 10 days of the season, first 11 days of the season overall. Jack, is there anything you want to talk about before we jump into the M's?
Definitely a couple surprises along the way. First thing is that I did not expect at first, at least to start out, I wasn't expecting the Red Sox to start out really hot like this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was against the Orioles, so it could have been deceptive, but I guess, yeah, the Red Sox looked pretty good. They've kind of tapered off. They won today, right?
Yeah, they won 14-9 today.
And JD Martinez 3 home runs off of COVID,
yes.
So that's crazy.
A little surprised to see the Giants at 6-3.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with how good that division is. And I know that the Giants they've only played, they played the Rockies in the series today, and the Rockies aren't that good. But definitely, I'm not surprised by the Dodgers. They're out first.
The Padres, I mean, look great, but it is what it is.
Great, yeah, exactly. The NL West is going to be a really, really good division.
The NL West. I was trying to think of if there's actually a division that's solid all the way through in baseball right now, and I don't think that there is, because the NL West is so bad at the bottom and so good at the top. That's with the Rockies. It's just uneven. So the NL West is uneven. The NL Central the NL Central is like a bad team's dogfight, and the NL East is like a good team's dogfight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's like the NL East is a bunch of pretty good teams, and then the NL Central is a bunch of pretty bad teams. And I think, that's where and then when you go look at the AL, you've got the AL West, which is, you've got really a bunch of different stories there, but it's still the Astros and a bunch of teams who probably won't make the playoffs. The people saying the Angels could make the playoffs, if you find me the pitchers that are going to do that for them. So
with the aging roster that they have.
They've got some young talent. Jared Walsh.
They do have some young talent.
And the only aging player really the only guy who's over 30 who's really on the back end is Pujols, which is whatever. At this point, that's not the core of their team anymore. No, he's mostly just a veteran. So I don't think the Angels are necessarily aging. I think the Angels just don't have any pitchers, and the Angels are just kind of disgusting. Those red uniforms.
No.
All right, we got to make sure this video stays up. The stream is buffering for a second. Okay, but yeah, we'll be good. Anyway. Okay, yeah, the video's suffering. But anyway, yeah, sorry about that. The video's suffering. I'm out in Pullman, so we got to work on this Wi-Fi situation if we want to keep streaming. But, first 10 days, a whole lot happens. That's the highlights, though. And we'll be sure to get into it more the rest of the week. Anyway, moving on to the M's. We're 5-4 first 9 games, 2 series wins. And yeah, it's been a good team to watch so far, but it's definitely been the type of team that they make you not want to watch them until you stop watching, or until they're bad until they're good. And they're good until they're bad. This team is, inconsistent, similar to last year, but it's got that spirit, that fighting spirit. Taylor Trammell, absolute, infectious personality. Really like having him on. He is one of my favorite. I think he might be my favorite player on the team right now. And Ty France is absolutely raking. You've got Terens, who's actually having a lot of hard hit balls, way more than I would think, and he hits for contact too. So it's Terens is a sneaky good hitting catcher in the league, and even without Kyle Lewis, even though Marco Gonzalez hasn't had a good start yet through 2 shaky outings to start the year. Our guys are stepping up, and I see a core. I see a team in front of me. I see a team. I don't see a collection of players anymore. I see a team. I feel way better with this group than with Gene Segura and D. Gordon and Cano.
Yeah, I definitely would see that too. And another thing I wanted to point out about this particular series against the Twins that they just had, they were without 2 of their core players.
That's right.
And the fact that they were without Kyle Lewis and Evan White. And the fact that they were able to pull this comeback, especially today, it just says a whole lot about what this team can do when
Absolutely.
they're facing situations like this.
That's for sure.
And then you got the young guys like Trammell, who hits a 3-run homer today.
Second in a row?
Yeah, exactly. And then you got veterans like Kyle Seager, who in the 9th inning hits a go-ahead 3-run homer. Veteran guys like Kyle Seager, who probably is going to be his last year on the team, and he's making it worth it.
He's making it worth it. He's smacking the ball the way he did last year, and I think Kyle Seager understands at this point. He understands. Oh, whoops! I accidentally went off the stream for a second. Okay, back on the stream. Hey, we're getting back. We do have a viewer. Okay. All right. Hey, sorry about that. So we're back. Anyway, yeah, Kyle Seager's smacking the ball. And he understands at this point that we don't need him to be an all-star. I don't know when he had the worst yips I've ever seen a couple years ago, and I'm just glad that he made it through for his own sake. And so Kyle Seager is the guy that we're probably going to trade this year at the deadline. He deserves to go compete this year if that's what it is. Last year of his contract, I'd be happy to re-sign him in the future on a smaller deal. Good veteran leader who, Kevin Mather said a lot of bad things in his press conference. One of the few good things he said was that he told Kyle Seager he'd be a Mariners Hall of Famer.
He's definitely a Mariners Hall of Famer.
Yeah, which the team has already told him, which is good.
Yeah.
So Kyle Seager, all love. Taylor Trammell, nice job, young man, and Taylor Trammell is becoming the new Austin Nola for me.
Hey, we're given a lot about these players today, but also today, excellent job by the bullpen.
All right, hold on. I think we're back. So yeah, excellent job by the bullpen today.
The bullpen really, really stepped up today. Flexen had a rough outing, but you know what? Every team needs a good bullpen because of games like this. If we're slowly scratching our way back into it, you need to have a stable bullpen that can hold it down and let our guys have a chance to get back in the game, which is what they did.
Yeah,
that was amazing. Will Vest coming into that inning. I wasn't too earlier this season. I wasn't too high on Will Vest, but this game, I think he showed me that he's here to stay.
Hey, we should do a new little mini game called Bullpen Stock, where we have either bullpen stocks are they're holding, or they're going up, or they're going down. And Will Vest bullpen stock today is going up. Who else is going up in terms of bullpen stock?
Rafael Montero's bullpen stock's going
up. Montero's been steady up since the beginning of the season. He's been on a total upward trend. Who else?
I would say Steckenrider's his stock's going down.
Steck is on the way down. Steckenrider's on the way down. Hey, Keenan Middleton, beginning of the year was going down. I'd say he's going up. I'd say he's managing to hold right now, but at the beginning of the year he was going down for me. I'm fairly low on Keenan Middleton. Hey, how about Sadler?
Casey Sadler, I think his stock's going up. I mean, he had a pretty good game yesterday after he had to come in for Kikuchi. He had a nice solid inning yesterday at work.
Yeah,
but I think overall in general, I think he's at a neutral state right now. But I think we'll have to see a little bit more out of him.
Yeah. Sadler is interesting. I'd agree with you that he's going up. I'd say since the beginning of the season, he's been going up. Even in spring training, he was looking pretty good. He's not going to be like he's kind of just a guy that we put out there to get innings, to get one inning.
Right.
He's probably not one of the first options, but he's going up. And anybody else who else do we have in the pen?
They got Anthony Misevich. He hasn't really pitched a whole lot. I'm really surprised that he hasn't.
Yeah, Misevich is just not one of our top options right now. Oh, how about Margavicius?
Well, he's going to be a starter now.
No, well, we hope he's not a starter. I'm going to be honest. I hope Nick Margavicius is not a starter for very long.
He's not going to be a starter for very long. I think that they're going to find a free agent and sign him. Or they may bring up Logan Gilbert. You never know.
Yeah, we're thinking about a lot of different options at this point.
You never. I honestly think that even with the spring training that Logan Gilbert had, I think he's ready for the big leagues. I actually think he's ready.
Me too. I'd agree. I'd say a lot of fantasy baseball podcasts are looking at the Mariners, looking at Seattle, waiting for us to call him up. The dude's got the stuff. The question is if he's ready, and I don't blame him for. I wouldn't mind him starting the season in the minors. First week of May, minor league season starts.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing him in the minors before we throw him out there.
I think we'll have to get a good solid look at these guys in minor league action before we could get a sense of when we're gonna call them up. You know.
Yeah, and even Kelnick, I don't think Kelnick is days away. I think Kelnick is even when whatever the day is that we can call him up and not lose a year of his contract. I still think we're gonna wait a couple days after that. I think we're gonna wait, let Kelnick play a couple of games at AAA, and then once we absolutely, our outfield. You guys forget, Fraley was playing well before he got hurt. Once Evan White leaves, Marmo's still got a pretty hot bat at the moment. So I'm not super high on. I'm not super high. I don't like the notion that we owe it to Jared Kelnick at all to call him up at a certain point, or that it's gonna hurt it's gonna make him, hate, think badly of our organization long term if we don't call him up right this second. Obviously he wants to become a free agent sooner, but that's not.
He's under contract for a very long time with us.
I would be mad if the Mariners continued. I would be mad if the Mariners, did the irresponsible management. I'm not mad that we're managing the way we've always wanted to manage, right? Yeah. We've always wanted to be a club that does the right thing for winning, and now that we're doing that, we can't we're not going to complain. So, I'll tell you what, Misevich, and then Kendall Graveman is one of the last few guys. His bullpen stock is staying.
I would say it's pretty much neutral right now. I think Graveman's a great guy out of the bullpen.
He's a great long relief. He's just, he's good stuff, and he's a responsible. He feels like the adult in the room.
Yeah.
Right. Even compared to Montero at this point. So if we throw Margavicius out there for a start and he gets rocked, then we could turn to Graveman for some innings.
I almost forgot about something.
What?
Looking ahead head, like, I know it's very early in the season for this year, but next year, we forget that we have Ken Giles under contract.
We do, and he'll be coming back from surgery, so
Yeah.
you never know what you're getting. But Ken Giles could be good next year.
Right.
Let's hope that these minor league guys are up by then. Let's hope that the Mariners are the most likable team in baseball with all this young talent.
Because definitely next year when Kellenick's up next year, I think it'll be,
I mean, I want to put the Braves to shame with all their young talent. I want to put them to shame. Yeah. I want to put every one of these teams with young talent. I want to make them look like. I want to make them all look like the Cubs do now, like washed up and their time is done. So let's just hope the Mariners prime gets here soon and arrives the way we expect.
I will say that I definitely think that historically, baseball teams that go on to the playoffs and win World Series aren't built like this at all. And the fact that they're trying to accomplish something with such a young roster, I think really says a whole lot about that they can believe in these guys, that they can do something special. Because a lot of people would just say, "Oh, you need talent. A bunch of young guys aren't going to get anything for you, so you need to go out and sign these big name free agents." And I just think that with this young core that we have, they're still going to be young in 3 or 4 years.
The good thing is that we're trying to compete for the next decade, not the next one. Where it's not like the Cano Cruz thing where it was, we better try to make the playoffs this year because next year's only going to get worse. It's like it's not all downhill from here for the first time in a while. To me, this is really the only way you build a baseball team these days. You see the Braves are constructed all from young guys, and then you go out and get yourself a free agent when you need. They can get Charlie Morton this year, and that's not even a big, that doesn't break the bank for them because they've got all these guys, these young guys under contract. They can go out and get Marcell Ozuna. They can go out and get whatever they need. Will Smith even as their bullpen arm. Then you get like teams like I think what we're really trying to do is how the Cubs won with Bryant and Rizzo as all young guys and Baez and everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'd say that you do see World Series baseball teams made of young guys. You see the Nationals roster, Juan Soto. He might have. Him and Anthony Rendon were both amazing hitters, but he might have been the best hitter on that team as a 20-year-old. A 19-year-old who turned 20 in the middle of the World Series might have been the best, hitter on that team.
Exactly.
And, Trey Turner's still young down there. They let Bryce Harper walk and did that the year Bryce Harper walks. That's bizarre. Or wait. Yeah. No, it was that was
the same year.
The same year.
2019.
Yep. I did watch Bryce Harper in his first year as a Philly. Anyway, it's, this is how baseball teams are constructed. This is how the Mariners are constructed. We are going to salivate over every prospect on this channel all season long. We're definitely going to be doing these MLB Roundups. We're going to also try to do some M's coverage. We don't know if we're going to bring back the pregame, postgame. As always, be sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, hit that notification bell to know when we go live. We'll see you guys this week. And yeah, we might even do a Sporkle or two soon. So, peace.
Stay tuned. All right, peace.
Go M's.
Go M's.
We had